And you have to be like super creative to be able to take sometimes very complex topics or computer science topics and actually make it entertaining and interesting. So how are you like kind of approaching like very complex topics and going, okay, how am I going to make this particular thing interesting and exciting? Because this could definitely go into the snore category where people are going to want to fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I get to teach classes, a lot of them that are pretty interesting. So I teach like iOS development, Android development. These are fun classes compared to some of the other classes that the students take. But when I teach a class like this semester, I'm teaching data structures and algorithms, and I taught that last year too. Um, there are some subjects in that are just naturally complex, and like you said, they can be a little bit of a snooze fest and a little bit boring. Unfortunately, you can only like jazz them up so much. I think it's more important to express them clearly. I I want to temper what I said before. It's more important to be clear than it is to be entertaining. But that said, as long as you're couching them in between subjects that are more entertaining, you can hopefully hold their attention. But I wish that we could make everything fun, but there's some topics that when you're getting into some sophisticated math or you're getting into something that has a lot of theory that you have to kind of slog through. But I think again, if you can stop, which I do a lot, and then have the conversation again, have a
Mm,
discussion, a two-way discussion in the middle of it, then that's making the students feel like they're participating in their own education instead of just being told down, well, here's the great theory. You're saying, okay, here's the theory. Now, what do you think about how this theory can be applied to so and so? And then you hear back from them their ideas about that. So one thing I'm always doing is I'm stopping. Like I'm talking for, if I am doing more of a lecture type of class, I'm talking for 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'm stopping and they're doing some thinking and they're doing some talking back at me. And I think that using the Socratic method, which is the oldest way of teaching pretty much, is still super relevant. And I think it really belongs in a technical classroom, maybe even as much as in a liberal arts classroom, because today, when students are dealing with some of these topics, there are so many societal issues that they also need to be thinking, like a data structures and algorithms class. I mean, you think about what's been going on with Facebook, you think about what's been going on with some of the controversies around AI the last few years. Um, Students really need to be thinking through those topics when they're
mm,
first learning them, I think, because that actually, believe it or not, that actually excites a lot of them. The thinking about the societal impacts of this theory that they're learning makes many of them more motivated to actually learn it.
Thank you so much for listening to this clip of the Data Talk podcast. To check out the full show or see the full catalog of previous episodes, go to experian.com/datatalk.